So I could
yeah.
send my data to Restream because I was testing my cellular uplink thing since in advance of traveling. And so now the stream should be live. I was over here worrying, like, I can't believe I hit go live and I didn't have my mic set up. Well, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Wrong cat. That's Atlas, not GLaDOS. But you recognized it was a cat, which is, good for me, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess that's an improvement. They used to think that was you, right? Is that the joke?
Yeah, absolutely. They always thought the meows were me. Always. It was just ignorance, really.
Yep.
So, yeah. 260 saved for my emergency fund. So, I have an emergency fund.
I need to rebuild mine. But I got to get through the month first because this was quarterly taxes month. So I just wrote the IRS a check for several $1,000s on the 15th, and now I'm on track to pay rent on the 25th. By which I mean, like, money I think should be here by the 25th should be here by the 25th.
Yeah, like, fingers crossed.
Yeah, because today is the 21st, so YouTube's payment.
YouTube will pay out in a couple of days.
Yeah, it should come through.
If it doesn't come through, I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, that'll be one of those, like, other problems.
Yeah, a not me problem. So it helps if you turn on your headphones. Yes, it does. You noticed a tweet from Robot Tweet Cleo. Robot Tweet Cleo is handy to have around. She always knows when I'm going live.
Yes. Okay, so I have my tipping link posted. I've been trying to do a bunch of bonus streams, but I kept forgetting to post the tipping link, so it wasn't helping.
Yeah, no, that
helps. That's one of those things you should do.
It's one of those things that people recommend you do. Is post your tipping links if you need them.
Yeah. Okay. So, craft-wise, I was at the store the other day, and I saw Paracord, and I was like, what do people use Paracord for? And
I don't know, but I'm sure you found an answer.
No. But I did walk out of there with 100 feet of paracord. That's 550-pound test. So because there were next to the basket of paracord, the basket they had a whole bunch of different colors of paracord and stuff, right? But next to the basket, they had several shelves of paracord craft books that were all sold out. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to use this for, but clearly this is super hot right now, or they wouldn't be sold out of these books about what to use this for. So
I need definitely to go to your stream, you, and see what the heck it is you're going to do today, because dear God, that's going to be fun.
Well, I was thinking worst case, I could hang like rubber bats and stuff from this, and then like, during my Halloween era stream, since Badger's going to be in the States at that time, she can like have like a stick with a rubber bat, like, and the
yeah, because you got it in the green, so it'll chroma out, right? Yeah. No,
yeah. Like if I hold it next to my face here, you see my face just goes away. So worst case, I can use it for rubber bat related stuff, but
like the absolute worst case, rubber bats.
But yeah, I found out that apparently what makes Paracord special is it's got a 7-strand core. And so in an emergency situation, the idea is that you disassemble your Paracord into 7 individual strands. Because, okay, so like when I did like wilderness survival as a kid, I was like maybe 11 or 12. They gave us a sheet of plastic, like a large garbage bag, and like 16 feet of twine. And I was like thinking to myself, in a real survival situation, when am I going to have 16 feet of twine on me? Right? I don't just carry 16 feet of twine, even when I'm like backpacking or hiking or whatever. But the idea is with
No.
this that 4 feet of paracord would have 7 strands. You'd have like 28 feet of things that are actually stronger than twine, right?
Right.
So if I needed to like make a lean-to or tie some sticks together or something like that, I could. I could lash something to a tree if I had to. You know.
Yeah. You absolutely could do that.
I could do that.
Really enjoyed the streams.
So
Oh, thank you, Glitchy. That's very nice.
I'm going to leave it as an exercise to the viewers in the chats to suggest good paracord crafts while I start on a drawing exercise. We're not going to get to the paracord right away because, like I said, all the books were sold out with what to actually use it for. But... and so I don't know what to use it for yet.
I bought all this paracord knowing that I could use it, but I don't know why.
Well, but that's part of what makes this an interactive experience, Cleo.
Yeah. Okay, somebody said that they could use macrame. You could do macrame with it.
Oh, we say macrame. We don't. We say macrame.
That's not... Oh, God. That's worse.
I know. I knew you would hate it.
I hate so many things, Joe. This is just another thing on the list.
I know. I realized...
Sunrise Agile, resubscribe for 4 months with rainbows. Thank you very much.
I'm going to go ahead and add your window here because I realized you can see my coffee, which is intended to be covered up by the Zombie Cleo window.
Ah, I see. That's how you use me, is it, Joe? To cover up your coffee so people won't know you're an addict.
Yeah. There we go.
That's all right. I'm quite willing to do that for you, Joe.
Thank you, Cleo. It's appreciated.
Yeah. Not everybody needs to know you're an addict.
People have seen bracelets, watch bands, and belts before. I think my favorite joke about addiction, though, in all media, was in the show 30 Rock on the National Broadcasting Corporation's channel. They had this whole thing where Tracy Jordan, who's this erratic comedian, is revealing secrets because he thinks he's going to die. And he's like, my loved ones never even knew about my addiction to prescription glasses.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Macrame, yeah. Macrame, I don't know. It's like both seems that they should be right. You could make a plant hanger that you could take with you into the wilderness.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is whatever
hang a plant.
Whatever it is I make has to be something that would be worth carrying around, but also something that if I had to destroy it, I wouldn't be upset about destroying it, right? Because people are like, oh, you could replace your shoelaces with it, and then I'm like, and then when I need to tie my shoes,
what would happen?
I guess at that point, what you do is you take one of the 7 core strands, and you rethread your shoes with just that.
I mean, I guess.
But that seems like a whole thing.
Yeah. Caroline has resubscribed for 60 months. I'll be doing my cross sheet. Oh, English. Okay. If I don't talk much, I like to listen. That's fine. You're quite welcome to listen, and I appreciate you just the same.
Paradour's brackets. So I've been working on a metal bracket for my pinball machine. What's a Paradour bracket?
That is a question that I do not know the answer to.
Okay, Paradour brackets seem to be some sort of special spring. I think those are supposed to be metal. They're used for, like, shock mounts. So I think that maybe that was a typo for paracord bracelet. But a Paradour bracket is a real thing, but you would need metal to make it.
That's interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I like how typos can just lead you to information.
Exactly. Sounds like the thing you're looking for is a survival bracelet or keychain thing. Yeah, I think that's the a keychain, a key fob might be best because it's not like I go clubbing and need to fit into my fit like stuff into my skinny jeans anymore. So I could have a key fob these days.
I am pretty sure I've got some paracord keychain with
Okay.
the Brotherhood of Steel logo on it somewhere.
Apparently, I need to make sure to melt the ends of the paracord when I cut it, though. I don't have any
Yeah.
fire here.
Mm.
So we'll save. We might have to save this for another day if I need to be melting things when I do.
I mean, it can last for a bit. You know, you can melt it later. You know, it's not going to instantly unravel.
Yeah. Lakshmi13 says, anymore, I want to hear clubbing stories. I don't really have amazing stories from clubbing. I'm bad at clubbing because I like situations where I can talk to people, and clubs are too loud to talk to people or hear people. And so I don't have a lot of great clubbing stories. Butterfly
My
Girl
great
KMC
clubbing stories
says,
to start when people leave the club. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie.
Yeah. That's actually true, but most of those stories aren't good to tell on stream.
No, those are not stories that I would tell on stream. So,
Butterfly Girl KMC says, I'm kind of surprised Joe doesn't have fire. I don't have fire in this room. In the same way, like, I don't have water in I guess I technically do have a cup of water in this room, but like, I don't have a renewable source of water in this room. I don't have a renewable source of fire in this room. It was supposed to say paracord bracelets. Okay.
There you go. But a paracord bracket now sounds an interesting thing to make.
A parador bracket. A metallic spring.
Okay.
Okay, so in the meantime, instead of just having an empty sheet of paper, I'm going to start drawing something. We're going to go a little bit more fast and loose here.
I like fast and loose. Fast and loose is fun.
Okay.
Let's get out the washi tape. Mini cheese mouse chip biddies. Thank you. Question: what is paracord? Paracord is basically a multi-strand piece of twine that people use on adventure outings and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if that was helpful, but
it's nylon rope, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's 100 feet of paracord can be used in an emergency situation as 800 feet. You've got the sheath, and then you've got the 7 internal core pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and all of that can be used.
Yeah, and as a whole, it's 550-pound test.
Which means it can hold.
Yeah, individually.
150 pounds.
Well, 550-pound test divided by let's say that's like 560. That's like 70 pounds for each of these individual strands here. So.
Pedant pushed, pedant.
The candelabras are actually LED candles.
Candelabras.
Hold on. There's a way to combine candelabra and elaborate using that as an emulsifier. Candelabrate. I've got this candelabrate decorations. Welcome back, Logs. Okay.
I was just trying to be helpful. I know. You were helpful, and I hate it. Thanks. Okay. Want to share your joy, NJ? Yeah, of course I want to share your joy. What joyous thing has happened to NJ today? Is it going to be horrific?
I don't know if it's actually going to be NJ's joy or if she's like living vicariously through someone else. I think NJ has a hard time having things for herself sometimes.
Oh, I don't know. I wonder who that reminds me of.
I don't know. I'm gonna go get my other tools and
Ika.
stuff before you criticize me.
But I do also hope you have a wonderful day.
Okay, this is... It's a bit of a mess in here.
Everything's a bit of a mess in here, Joe. That's why we're here. Joe is a smart ass, but he's right. But Hobbs has got a new job. Yay! Congratulations. New jobs are always great. Old jobs never so, I feel.
Old jobs are always terrible.
Yeah.
Uniformly bad.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So...
You're mocking me, Joe, but you don't understand. Or maybe you do and you just don't want to pretend that you do.
Maybe?
Yes.
I don't know what we're doing.
It's okay, Joe. You don't ever have to know. So long as I do, we'll be okay.
Okay.
Cozy Park resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you very much.
Woo.
You've been at your new job 6 months today, so you have some of your own joy there. Yay! Are they treating you right? Because if not, we'll come and get them.
Yeah, we'll get them real good.
Mm-hmm. I need a new blade in the worst possible way.
You want to borrow mine? I've got it.
New blade.
Oh, it's on the other table. Never mind. Okay.
Come on. There we go. How do I feel about high heels? I really don't. It's like how I feel about most fashion stuff. Just meh. If you feel comfortable in high heels, cool. If you don't, also cool.
Yeah, same thing with ice skates. Like, some people just, they can't pull them off. But, like, I'm great in ice skates.
I can definitely pull ice skates off. Putting them on is another matter, but I can definitely take them off. Didn't cut myself. Yeah. Need to cover that one in tape and throw that away. I feel they're a warning for when someone is cousin. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, now I need to be extra careful not to go through the pages. Now I've got a new braid. Oh, yeah, that's so much better. Ooh, it feels smooth. I like butter. And I'm definitely cutting through to the other side.
Yay, Cleo.
Failing at scalpel since 2021.
La, 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 la.
Actually, no, I failed at scalpels way beyond that.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, dissecting, like, they didn't have great... Like, as a high school, you don't have... It's best not having great scalpels for the cutting up of dissection things, because kids will stab each other.
Ah.
So if you have blunt ones, they tend not to stab each other as much.
Well, that's handy, I guess.
Oh, yeah, it's like, if you don't want to be sued. Absolutely. Objectively, high heels are really bad for your legs. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to judge anybody.
I think that also depends on how often you wear them, though, too, right? Like, you know, if you wear them, like, there's like people telling me that this chair is terrible. Like, this chair is terrible if you sat in it 8 hours a day, but I don't know that the 2 hours a day I sit in it, it's bad.
Yeah. It's you know, it's fine. Like, most things are okay in moderation, and those things that aren't, I do worse things in a day than wear high heels, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I actually don't wear I don't actually own any high heels because, you know,
they're impractical at school, I'm sure.
One, they're impractical at school, but you'd be surprised at how many teachers actually wear high heels.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I don't find them very comfortable, and I am very much comfort over whatever it is. Comfort over form, I guess. I'm built for comfort, not speed, is what I'm saying.
That's fair.
Do you really
Sorry, my
cut open
mic
animals in
stand
school?
is drooping because I've
Yeah.
got the heavier mic on it, so I'm like constantly muting and trying to fix the mic. 1 second.
Yeah, that's fine. Do we really cut open animals? I tended to dissect hearts and lungs rather than whole animals because, I mean, and still the kids were a little bit, oh my God, can't cut it up. I'm just like, it's meat. I can't cut up meat. Have you never cut up meat before? No. Oh, that explains everything.
Yeah, we had in my Bio 2 honors class, we had to cut up a shark and a cat for dissection. Those were like long-term dissection projects, though. Like,
Ugh.
it was like a month and a half for each. Like, and we had to sketch out all of the different. We had like different assignments where like we're gonna do this system and sketch this system and cut that open and then draw that, and you have to like label your drawings, and the teacher would come around and point at stuff and be like, "What's the name of that system?" or "What's that part of that system? What's this? What's that?"
To be fair, we never cut up whole animals because, you know, but I would just buy hearts from the supermarket and we'd cut up the hearts and look at, like, you know, the different tubes and stuff, the tubey bits. Get a fish and a chicken. Cannot abide cadaver smell. Me neither. Like, if it's been sitting for a while, not great. But fortunately, I kept the hearts. Like, the funniest part for me was the kids that insisted on gloves. And I'm just like, I get it, but it is like literally meat that the supermarket sells and you can wash your hands. And they're just like, no, I must wear gloves. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh,
And there's me throwing it around with no
Yeah.
gloves and poking my fingers through like aortas and stuff. And it's like, okay, it's fine.
Well, we definitely wore gloves because of the formaldehyde.
Oh yeah, no, ours were refrigerated rather than formaldehyded.
Mm-hmm. But you weren't using the same ones, like, because like
Oh
if you're
no,
cutting open the same shark over the course of several weeks, you kind of need to have.
Oh,
it.
you absolutely need it. Although I don't think formaldehyde is legal to use in UK schools anymore.
Oh.
The fact that my school still had it was because we still had animals in formaldehyde, like axolotls and baby chicks, and we had a baby calf, well, a calf fetus at one point. And I'm like, who formaldehydes a calf? And these weren't like proper sealed jars.
Yeah.
These were things in like coffee jars. You know, and it was like, who formaldehydes a pig? Not a pig, a calf. Like, it was about this big. It was like small. Who formaldehydes a calf fetus in a coffee jar? And I mean, these things had obviously been there since like the 60s when this sort of thing was like common, but dear God.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know who does formaldehyde a calf fetus in a coffee jar.
People from my school. Well, we couldn't really get rid of the formaldehyde, so we had to store it. So, yeah, it was just sort of like, that's a bit weird.
Okay, I think
Biology
I got the mic
teacher
set
60
up,
years.
by which I mean like I still need to adjust it like one last time. But I've done I've loosened and retightened like 8 different things, and now I just need to turn it slightly further from my face.
Cool. I'm glad your mic is working out for you, Joe.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's like twice the weight of the original, and so when I extended the arm a little bit for the craft stream, like I always do, like the whole thing just starts going, whoa, and I'm like, the mic is falling into the keyboard, and it's like...
I have now got 2 mics.
Yay!
One is set up by my dining room table for craft streams.
Oh.
And I say dining room table like I've got a separate room for the dining.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. My living room and my kitchen and my dining room are all the same room.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have one by my sofa, so I can record YouTube stuff. So yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, it's nice being able to have a comfy seat whilst you're recording. But it does sound weird when people say you don't have a desk. No, I don't have a desk.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely don't. Cam has resubscribed for 18 months. Thank you, honey. It's appreciated. Don't have a desk either. What do you guys do when you get calls from unknown numbers? I usually stare the call down, but I'm curious what others do. Generally, I ignore it.
Yeah, why would you do anything about that? That doesn't require action.
Yeah,
no action required.
Like, no, you just literally, it's just sort of like, oh, someone's calling me. Except I never do that because my phone is usually on silent. If it isn't, it's because I've been waiting for food delivery the night before. It's like people go, why don't you have your phone on? I'm just like, at night, why don't you have it so we can get in touch with you? I'm like, I'm not the emergency services. If you need to contact me at night, then you need to be contacting someone else.
Yeah.
I just, no. There's nothing I can do that I can't do in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So... Oh, Churchill, got a hype train. Thank you, Lost Cult Game, for the biddies, and for McLesley for the 300 biddies. It's appreciated. Breathe into the phone like a horror movie. Just don't answer it. Like, I don't know why anyone after Scream would answer a phone. Unless you knew who it was on the other end. You don't have to anymore. That's what mobile phones are great with.
Yep. Oh, and just a quick reminder, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Yeah, for all I know, that person is trying to scam me.
Mostly they are.
Why do I want to talk to them? Like,
what's a boost train?
I don't know. But
neither do I.
Quick reminder, tips are also welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We're doing rotational tips today, and I'm currently at 0 degrees rotation, so that lets you know how that's going. Let me fix that. Transform, edit transform, put that there.
It's a rebrand. It's the same thing. Okay, it's just a hype train.
Well,
the hype has been boosted to the same people it was on. Nana Tapanda, cheer biddies, thank you very, very much. It's appreciated. Well, it's good to be boosted during my hype. It's probably just nothing. It's just the same thing all the time.
Mm-hmm. Insomnia Glay tips 10 and says, rotate Joe. So here we go. We got that on the
It actually shares you to more new people on Twitch whilst active. Oh, that's interesting.
That's their pay for advertisement. Let other people pay us to advertise for you thing. Where they're like, right now, your audience is giving you money, but we want your audience to give us money in a way that we'll claim helps you just as much as if they gave you money.
I don't know about that, but I'm still getting the same amount of money as I always did.
Well, no, but no. This is, they have this thing called boosts or whatever now, where you can go out of your way to pay Twitch to buy ads for your favorite streamer on their behalf.
Oh, I see.
You might have turned that off, like when they announced it, because it's the sort of thing that like I would be really mad if somebody bought $500 worth of YouTube ads on my behalf instead of giving me $500.
Yeah.
Like,
thank you, Mini Cheese Mouse and Sunrise Agile and Bakura for the biddies. It's appreciated. And Arca has gifted a sub to Glitchy. Thank you very much. You guys are great.
Yeah, because it's like, of course, I've put away the pencil that I was using and the straight edge. Yeah, because they're like, we need to fix discovery on Twitch by letting people pay to promote the streamers that they love. And it's like, I don't think that's fixing discovery.
Yeah. You got Bernard back. Oh no, not Bernard.
Okay, why does this look wrong?
Hey, we should be having a Bernard stream tonight. I'd forgotten about that.
500.
Oh, everybody sit up straight. Your back hurts, even if you're pretending it's not. Just a little shift. Shimmy your back. After Twitch turned the clip section to include people I don't even follow, gave up on the main page. I think most people do, to be honest.
Yeah. No, like
I've never got a full release.
Yeah, I've bookmarked my following directory, and that's what I open. I open twitch.tv/directory/following. And if I accidentally open something else, I get annoyed and I close it. And I get so mad at myself that I just need to put my keyboard or mouse or phone away and go for a walk and maybe fly a kite, possibly pick up trash along the side of the road until I feel better, because that homepage is terrible.
Yeah, the boost feature never got a full release, and it's strictly a reband of the hype train to make more sense wise about what it does. Okay,
well, the boost feature that they were rolling out is what I described. They
yeah, but apparently it didn't get rolled out eventually.
Well, a lot of people complained.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Only find new people through raids or recommendations. Yeah, same, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the safest way because, I trust the people that I raid and I trust the people that I watch. So, which isn't that many, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So. There we go. Aw, I'm sorry, Mini Cheese Mouse. I'm sorry you feel like poop. I hope the doctor makes you less like poop. Leave and come back because Twitch is letting me use sub emotes but not follow. Yeah, just refresh the page. It should let you use your sub emotes.
Okay, does this look right?
You all right, Joe?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm doing some complex stuff with the French curves and measurements, and so like I've got 3 lines, 4 lines, 5 lines on the piece of paper so far today. It's a fast day.
Yeah, we're doing speedy today apparently.
Yeah, we're going for speed.
It's only been half an hour, Joe.
Yeah,
that sounds about right. A level of lines.
Yeah, I'm trying to sort out a way to do this that makes sense.
Now that Mini Cheese Mouse is saying that they're sick, my brain is just sort of like, when was the last time I was sick, like caused by an outside virus sick? And like, aside from the COVID, which I don't think is...
Which is an indoor virus, of course.
Of course.
As opposed to an outside virus.
Like, considering how often I got sick when I was teaching, like, the only thing I've had was, like, COVID,
Mm-hmm.
which was, you know, transmissible by absolutely everyone everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I mean, I've gotten headaches since finishing teachers, and I got migraines, but those are internal problems rather than something somebody gave me.
Other than the headaches I gave you, of course.
I mean, you don't actually give me headaches.
Yeah. Oh, have you been on Hermitcraft lately?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not since we last were on it together, but
yeah, which was 2 days ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. Hey, thank you to, I think that's Quirky, for tipping 10. That's gonna get us rotated another 10 degrees angular here. Rotating to 20 degrees. Okay.
No longer visiting the Petri dish every day. I mean, yeah, I didn't realize how badly it was. I thought when I left I would still probably get sick because, you know, but I didn't realize how badly it had been affecting me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I've had the latest COVID vax last night and been in bed with fever all day. I mean, sometimes it gets you like that, but it's better than dying. So,
Yay, don't die.
We recommend not dying in general.
Death.
Like, you do what you want to do, but we highly recommend against death.
Okay.
But you know what? You do you. I think I'm just gonna. Right. So.
I wonder if there's a good way.
November.
Dang it! Did my glasses just hit the
green, yellow, orange, red, blue, indigo, violet. Okay, that works. Ten out of 10 would not recommend death. I mean, as a general rule, no. Need a different yellow. Let's go for this one.
Oh, Izuru says Jevin and Beef both simultaneously uploaded. I'm slightly concerned because hermits only usually do that when something important happens. Or they both say we're gonna go live at 10 a.m. Eastern time because that's early enough for Europe, but late enough for the West Coast because it's 8 a.m. in California. But
Yep.
yeah, I was going to say, for those of you who don't normally watch Vintage Beef, I am going to be in Beef's episode today. So go check that out.
Are you doing cards?
Yeah, I had to press some buttons. Did you do that already?
No. I asked Beef if he wanted help, and he said, yeah, absolutely. And then never contacted me again, so I think he forgot.
No, I found with Beef, you just got to, like, keep following up. Because, like, he's got so many concerns. Like, I don't know if have you talked to him about his property?
No.
Oh man, he like bought this huge farm a few years back, and he says it takes him like 5 or 6 days to like mow the whole thing. So he just in a cycle goes out and sits on his tractor and mows his fields or whatever, and like every day just sits out there mowing his tractor thinking about what he wants to build in Minecraft. But the thing is, it's hard to just do like, hey, are you free to do a recording? Because like he doesn't like have like cell phone, he doesn't take his phone with him necessarily when he's just out, or he doesn't have Discord on his tractor. So so if you want to coordinate with him, you got to coordinate with him in advance before tractor time.
Before tractor time, dear God. Sounds like a stress.
Yeah, I would not want that much property. Like, I like the idea of having enough space that I could have a propane tank for like heating in the winter if there's a emergency or disruption to utilities. So obviously, then you need a little bit of space, but like, you can't just slap a propane tank on your balcony in an apartment building. They won't let you.
No.
But
that does seem like too much space to me.
Yeah. Well, and so
Headstanding Penguin has cheered 1,000 biddies. Not sure how much this is, but I hope it helps. It definitely helps. Thank you very, very much indeed.
For those interested in the some people are like, oh, I wonder what's going to be on Joe's card. That's actually part of what's in his video, is a call to action for y'all to suggest what the attacks should be named. So anybody here who's going to come to me and be like, what? I can't believe they didn't have an attack called Howdy. It's like, your opportunity to suggest that is on Vintage Beef's video today. And what he's going to do is he's going to collect those from the comments, and then I'm going to do a second collab with him where we're going to go through the list and talk about what we like and what we dislike. But don't come to me and be like, Joe, you should suggest this to Beef if it's not on the list. No, you put it on the list yourself. So anyway, Lost Cult Music, thank you for the 3, who says cheers. Let's go ahead and rotate the camera another 3 degrees.
Okay.
And then also, I normally don't do a stream on Wednesday nights because I'm hanging out with people around town. But there's a concert that I am not going to. So instead, I'm going to be at home. And so I'm going to be streaming Splatoon tonight as a bonus stream.
Cool.
I'm trying not to stream Minecraft. Like, if I have a day or if I have a time where I'm like, I don't normally stream at 8:30 on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. I don't want people who always watch the Minecraft show to be mad that I'm doing a bonus Minecraft stream if I'm streaming on a night I don't normally stream. I'm like, oh, I'll use that as an opportunity to stream a different game. I don't know. Is that rational? I can't tell if I'm like too far gone at this point. Like, I'm just making assumptions.
I mean, I understand the reasoning. I'm not sure I agree with it, but sure.
Yeah. So, like, I do want to do a Minecraft stream today, though, because I need to record an outro to this episode and start on the next episode. Because the thing I recorded with you and with Beef, I wanted to have Beef's thing go out like a half day to a full day before mine, so that way in my episode I could be like, hey, go comment on Beef's thing and have the URL, you know, because he's like, oh, you could just upload this whenever, and I'm like, yeah, but I can't link to your video if you go live after me. Like, so
yeah, no, that makes sense.
So yeah, I just need to record an outro for this video, and although I'm realizing
2 acres for one of those big tanks, apparently.
You need 2 acres to have a propane tank?
That's what people are saying.
That might be the minimum in Washington State. That's not the minimum in Tennessee. I think you can get away with like a half acre, but I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. And for all I know, it might vary county by county here. A lot of stuff is really granular.
I don't know. It's very something.
Yeah. Beef is doing the cards alphabetically, so Cleo will be last. Because Zombie Cleo. You should change your name to A Zombie Cleo. A Zombie Cleo.
I've been just hanging around in little streamers on YouTube. And the amount of streamers that call me zombie is just unnerving.
Oh yeah.
It's just sort of like everyone calls me Cleo except for like Corrales, but Corrales.
Yeah.
Just to hear someone going, "Well, zombie," and I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But if he went alphabetically by the name I use, Cleo is like after B-dubs. So
Yeah. Well, I don't think he did. So yeah.
I know he didn't. Right. Video planner. I decided that I ran out of space on my video planner this month.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to actually up my video plans because I'm doing more videos.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm doing a double. Yeah, I mean it's nice. It's nice. They don't know you. I get it, but I find it weird. Like people calling me zombie is just really unnerving, and I'm like, I want to correct you, but
it's your show.
It's your show, and it's like weird, and I already find it pretty weird in general. So, yeah. But also it's sort of like I'm in there with my big check mark on these small streams, and I don't want to draw any more attention to myself.
Do I show up with a check mark on small streams? Because I don't. Is that for partner?
Are you verified?
No, I'm not verified.
Right.
So okay, is that so? That's not partner check mark. That's like a verified check.
No, it's verified check mark.
No,
yeah.
I don't want one of those.
And like, I can't. No, I didn't. I thought it'd be fun, and then I realised that I can't get rid of it.
Well, and the thing is,
it's a partner check too, is it? Okay.
Because the big problem is that a lot of times when there's like these data leaks or whatever, like especially with Twitter, people will be like, "Oh, I got access to the verified user database," because apparently that's easier to get or easier to narrow down somehow. Like if somebody's like, the other thing is that in order to become verified on Twitter, you have to submit a bunch of extra information to them, right? And so like, there's been repeated things where people are like, "Oh, I'm going to leak the verified Twitter database and stuff," and I'm like, I don't need to be a verified Twitter user.
You can disable them from showing in channels, which I think you did. I don't know. If you can, show me how, because it's come back. Second account without a check mark. I could do that. That's the thing I could do.
Yeah. Okay, let me make sure this is muted. I want to check.
I don't really like switching around my accounts that much.
No, me either.
It's just bother.
Oh,
so Egypt, thank you for the bitties. I'm doing fine today. I hope you're doing well.
Did you see that Impulse got a Clips channel now?
No.
Yeah, he posted about it on Twitter, and I was like, I should do a Clips channel, because like when Scar does something, I'm like, well, Scar's way more talented and creative than I am, so I mean that's not really for me. And then I see Impulse do it, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is something I could give a go. I'm kidding, but
wow.
But no, I was just like, well, it seems like there's a lot at the point where I was like, I'll let Scar try this and I'll see how it goes. And then it's like, okay, it looked like it was going pretty well for Scar, and it's going well enough that other people are starting to do it too. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try it. And so
I'm working on that for like specifically for stream bits.
Well, that's the problem though, is I went in, I was like, because when we were talking about it at the meeting, people are like, oh yeah, just see what clips are getting clipped on Twitch and then upload those. And the problem is all my clips that are getting uploaded on Twitch are like me complaining about people hating immigrants. And I'm like, you shouldn't hate people. You shouldn't hate people because they move near you. You shouldn't hate people that you don't know. Like, just, you don't have enough time in your life. Like, give people a chance. Like, and I'm like, nobody wants to watch a clips channel of me being self-righteous. Why are people clipping this on Twitch? Yeah, it's like, then I go over to Scars and it's him like blowing up. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I need a clips channel after all. I give up. So that's why there's no Joe Hill's clips channel, because it's like, here's me complaining about the concept of gender. I'm like, I don't really see the need to clip that. I don't know why someone else did, but okay, I'm not gonna do that. Like,
yeah.
Aku Inu says, Joe, you don't react when you pop a totem or die. Yeah, because I think it's funnier that way.
See, that's your problem.
But it's funnier in a, like, slow burn. I'm rewarding long-term viewers. I'm not making clips that are, like, YouTube short friendly. Duskadair says, I love the bit about the candelabras from this week's HHH. Well, the thing is, though, that was like a 7-minute bit. That was, like, that's the other thing is, like, a lot of the funniest stuff I have is, like, this is a 7-minute story that either goes in an episode or it doesn't. It's not, like, a 15-second, 30-second clip. So...
What can we say to you, Joe, at this point?
Oh, nothing. I was just venting. This is my venting time, Cleo.
This is fine. This is fine.
This is fun. Yeah, I need to be more impulsive. My channel needs to be more of a good time. I see why they're so successful at this.
Well, I mean, we can't do all of a Cleo. No, you can't do all of the Cleo in one clip. Like I'm slowly gathering clips for a clip channel as well. So
okay, that was.
Can I point out anybody can make a clip, guys? I mean, not right now because we're not doing anything entertaining, but in the future, if I'm doing something funny, please clip. We'll go through and we'll just, you know, edit things properly.
It's the final clip down.
You're okay, Joe.
I can't actually do different tones on this whistle. It only really does the one. I was trying to do the final countdown music. If you,
I had gathered,
which I'm guessing
yeah.
you couldn't because the pitches were all way off.
No, I definitely could.
Yarn Avocado says, "Well, was not expecting a train whistle."
You must be new. Oh yeah, and name the clips. Don't just leave it as the stream title because it's just, you know.
Oh no, I'm not naming the stream titles. I'm like 4 days into this not naming the stream titles experiment, and people have found all sorts of upshots to it. Like, it's actually yeah, people are like, oh, it used to be that the Hermitcraft tab on hermitcraft.com was unusable because every one of Joe's VODs was on there. And now, apparently, I fixed hermitcraft.com by not doing that.
That feels harsh.
So, at this point, like, yeah, if I'm genuinely making everyone's life better, like... But, like, I just... I don't know. I'm just trying to focus my energy on things I'm good at right now. That's like, my theme for the next 3 months. Is just I need to figure out what I'm gonna do in the long term, and I can't do that if I'm putting too much energy into things I'm bad at. So I'm just gonna get myself a little breathing room, and then figure out where to redirect that energy later.
That works. At least I hope it works. It should work.
Yeah. Because it used to be a big part of my process was I'd be setting up for a stream, and then I'd think to myself like 15 times, have I set the stream title? And sometimes I'd be like, yeah, I already changed it, but I hadn't. And other times I'd be like, maybe I haven't changed it yet, but I already had. And regardless of how many times I reopened the thing to check it, I would still get it wrong about 30% to 40% of the time. I would like have the wrong date or have a typo. Like... And so now I'll be setting up for a stream and I'll think, oh, have I set the stream title? And then I'll just start cackling. And that's a way better experience for me. I'm coming into the stream with a much better energy.
Oh, dear Joe. What you like?
So, Chimerical Soul points out it does make finding specific VODs harder. That's true, but I don't really think that's something people need to do. Like, anything that is intended to be time shifted really will end up in an episode. Like, like the annual Christmas Carol is not something for people to go back and watch from last year. It's something to look forward to me doing again this year. You know, this Dracula reading, if this goes well enough, I'm not ruling out like actually sitting down and recording a proper read through book on tape style. But like, this is kind of a test run to see how that would, if that would be worth doing or what the pain points would be, right? So like, if people really want to listen to me reading Dracula, well, wait until I'm done with my rehearsal. Like, I don't care if people can't find my rehearsals, because I'm strongly considering doing a real one later, and I want them to have that to look forward to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's one of those, like, that's one of those things where I would probably have to kickstart it. I would say, okay, let's do a Kickstarter to do this book on tape, and I need to make, it's going to take this many hours, which means it's going to cut into these other projects, so we need to hit a minimum of X thousands of dollars. And I would probably save that for, like, simultaneously, if I had a specific thing I was also trying to save money toward. Like, okay, I finally fixed my credit enough to buy a house. You know?
Yeah.
But I still don't have the down payment for a house. So the goal is to try and do a Kickstarter to actually, like, the actual goal of the Kickstarter is to help me buy a house. But if we raise enough money, I can make Dracula or something. I haven't figured out. That's kind of like not really what Kickstarter's for, though. But like, I don't know. Yeah. This is all like very nebulous. Cleo, feel free to jump in.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
You're like, this
Joe.
is a terrible plan. Don't read Dracula.
I'm
don't
saying,
buy a house.
I'm saying if they are fundraising for a book on tape, and you use the money to buy a house,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's against the terms of service.
Well, I mean, I would make the book on tape.
Yeah, but I think
you're allowed to make profit on Kickstarter, right?
I don't know.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. If I'm like, okay, I can't afford to buy a house unless I improve my income by $15,000 this year. So we're gonna start this $15,000.
It's more a GoFundMe campaign rather than a Kickstarter item, is what?
Yeah, I don't know. See,
neither do I, Joe. I don't have any answers, and you know, I wish I did, because then my life would probably be easier too.
Microbird says it has to be for making a thing on Kickstarter. Well, that's the thing, though, is the thing would be the Dracula audiobook. And it's like, okay, the reason that I'm going to take this extra time to make this Dracula audiobook is because I'm saving to buy a house. Right? For example. It doesn't necessarily have to be to buy a house. It might be, like, if I had to buy a new car, or like if I had some sort of surprise. Kickstarter is meant to cover production costs. I mean, the production costs is, otherwise, if I want to buy a house, I have to go do a different job with that time. If I'm like at the point where I'm like, okay, I need to go back to having a full-time job, or I need to go take on like a 300-hour, if I have to choose between a 300-hour or 30, I don't know how many hours. Let's say I had to choose between a 100-hour freelance project or 100 hours of making Dracula to get the money to buy the house either way, or to get the money to buy the car either way.
Right.
like, I feel like giving the community the opportunity to say, would you rather that Joe go work on websites for some random company in Nashville, or would you rather Joe record a Dracula audiobook? Like, the production costs is the time I'm spending on the audiobook.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. I don't know. I just don't think that's how it works, you know?
Could I use the audiobook as a Patreon goal? I don't think I could afford to. Not unless the Patreon goal was like that's the thing I'm realizing with reading the audiobook on stream is this would be at least 50 hours of recording time plus a bunch of editing and cleanup time. So I can't just do it casually.
Understood.
So yeah. Like it would be a big project. It would be
a huge project.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it would work, really. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that's why I'm not doing.
Yeah.
Where did I get the journal? Off of Amazon. It is a Otagami journal.
Yay, Otagami. Oh.
Thanks, Joe.
Aaron from Memo says, if you check the Penny Arcade Sells Out Kickstarter campaign, the product is their website, but without ads. So, yeah, so you can use Kickstarter money to pay artists. So if you're saying that the Kickstarter, if you're transparent that the money will go to your salary to produce the thing, that's okay, says Juniper Willows.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah, I don't know.
Neither do I, Joe. Which is the main thing. Puppet Master Z resubscribed for 5 months. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, my big problem is I feel like everything I'm doing right now, I'm just barely keeping my head afloat. Like I keep thinking like, oh, I'm actually getting ahead. And then I realize like, oh, actually, I saved a bunch of money by not replacing these things that were breaking months ago. And now they've all actually finally broken. And then I'm back at zeroing it out. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's like, boy, I spent a lot of money on vacuum cleaner parts. I spent less than replacing the entire vacuum cleaner, but like, the vacuum cleaner works again. Yay.
Hooray.
And if you don't have a functioning vacuum cleaner, you get to talk to a custody judge about your living conditions, and that's even more expensive. Like, but like that's the yeah.
I get you, Joe. I just don't have any answers. I wish I did.
No, that's fair.
I'm only here to point out pitfalls, unfortunately.
Yeah, I should probably start with a shorter... Sorry, we only got onto this because people were complaining about the VODs being hard to find. And my point was that you don't need to find them. Like, they're not intended to be indexable or whatever.
Yeah, but if you want to find them, go watch them.
Yeah, you're welcome to create your own index of the VODs. That's a great fan project.
There's just... Joe's got other things that he can be spending his time doing.
Yeah. Like, not freaking out about the stream title.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. But, I don't know. Okay.
Yep. Got to buy dotted notebooks from a local art store thanks to people doing bullet journaling, living in a non-Amazon Prime delivery area. I guess that's handy. I mean, bullet journaling is one of those things that is like a trend. So I'm not surprised that the supplies for it are becoming more commonplace. But people want to find them is the thing. That's great. They can go and find them. but Joe has other things that he needs to be doing rather than making his stuff indexable.
Are people saying, I thought you were going to say, Joe has other things he needs to be doing besides making a bullet journal.
I mean, Joe definitely should not be making a bullet journal. I mean, he could if he wants to.
I've thought about it, but the problem is, like, the digital way I'm doing it now, like, is way more practical.
It works
for,
for
like, you know, because, like, let's say that, like, I have a lot of downtime as a single parent in awkward places, where it's like, I have to take my kid to a park for a birthday party. And I'm just like, okay, let me talk to some of the other parents, and it's like, okay, they all know each other and I don't know them, and they're all 20 years older than me because I'm the only person dumb enough to have a kid at that age, right? And it's like, okay, so, you know, after 15 minutes of that, I'm like, okay, you know what, maybe I'll look through stuff I have to do and maybe write up some notes or check some emails, or, you know what I mean? Like, having everything, like, accessible from my phone and my laptop, so I don't have to carry the bullet journal around with me all these places, is handy. Space Pirate Captain Rush says, I've got 99 problems and being financially stable would solve 96 of them.
Yeah, not wrong.
Not wrong.
You said that you weren't going to be able to do a stream at some point.
Yeah, that's October. Let me pull up the calendar.
October the something.
Yeah, I've got October the 12th.
Okay.
No craft.
So, guys, no craft stream on October the 12th.
And also HHH on the 10th. I won't be there.
Okay. No.
And while you're writing other stuff down, I'm going to go take a hydration break. So mark that you are in charge of my stream right now.
Yay! I'm in charge. That's probably a really terrible idea. Yeah, so that week there is Joe, but Joe is on holiday. When his kid is sleeping, he'll be streaming, which is not HHH or craft stream times. I'm not crafting with Corpse. I will still do like gaming with Corpse, but I'm not crafting. That seems like a bad idea. Oh God. Really got to master the whole money responsibility thing. Well, that's why I was going to show you my budget stuff, which is the next thing that is supposed to be going in here anyway. I'm going to be doing budgets in my journal, and I feel like after video planning budgets, what I want to do is like a calendar for budgets, which is like, what am I spending each day, so I can track that I'm not doing anything stupid, as well as doing my budget on these few pages. So I'm going to be using like an extra 4 pages a month doing this. No crap stream. I mean, like, arguably we don't want any of those anyway, ever. Crafting, not much of a difference. But what if we're doing ghosties? This journal is going to be so pretty. I mean, it's already pretty. You know, it's like, arguably it's pretty goddamn gorgeous as we stand, you know. My other one, which is here, which is my other camera is sitting on. That one's gorgeous. I'm debating what to do for next year, because it's getting to the point where I should start thinking about buying a couple of journals for next year, because they're going to be like, I'm probably going to need 2. I don't know where that stain came from. I don't know if you can see it. There's a stain there. My spouse is awful socializing with other people. Yeah, I'm awful with socializing with people. Why you slice? So I can so that's planning, that's recording, that's editing, and that's uploading. So if I done it on this one, I think I probably have actually. Yeah. So you can see that for this one, like, I take off the stickers. So this one hasn't been taken off, so I'm not going to show you that one. So when I finish planning it, I take off the sticker showing that I've planned it, you know. So robot theme next year, maybe Sam, maybe. So Ghost Bully streams. Maybe that's we're kind of waiting for an update to the game and to finish Raft. So that's what you expected. Oh, well, glad to meet your expectations then. So yeah, so I want to do another calendar. Like this is my events calendar. This I want to be is my spending calendar, which means the boxes probably need to be bigger. Yeah, I can probably make the boxes bigger. So it is a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 5-week month. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I am back.
5, 6. Hello, Joe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could probably make them 7 tall. 7 by 7 boxes. That seems to be adequate.
Yarn Avocado says, sad that clicks still exist in adult circles. It's not that it's clicks per se. It's just that, like, I don't have a lot in common with, like, you know, like, I remember, this was especially bad when my kid was in, like, daycare. Because, like, the daycare was a lot, like, all of the parents there had waited until they were established professionally before having kids. And so I'm 25, or let's see, maybe I was like 25, 27 or so. And they're all like early 40s. And it's like, you know, so what do you do? It's like, I'm the assistant district attorney or something. Like, and then so it's just like all these like 43-year-old lawyers. And I'm like, I make websites and dumb things on the internet. Like you know, it's not that they were rude or snooty. It's just one of those things where, like, they would want to be having a highly technical legal conversation that I'm just not particularly able to contribute to. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
But
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6. It's not clicks. It's just how life is, unfortunately.
Yeah, like sometimes I just don't have a lot in common with people, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
People group up with people they have things in common with. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6.
NJ says, "Do your kids play Minecraft? I'll go talk with them." No, that's creepy. I don't do that. That's
yeah. Don't do that.
That's weird, NJ. Like that's like I would rather sit on my phone and work on plans for an upcoming episode than have weird conversations with people's kids. That's not cool. Like,
yeah, it's yeah, no. It's bad enough when the people who know what I do for a job are...
Oh, that wasn't NJ, that was Mahi's. Sorry, I misread that. It said your name on the on the thing above it. It was because your name was green, NJ, because of your staff position, and so Mahi's name didn't. It looked like part of that continuously. Okay.
YouTube will be first against the wall when the revolution comes. That's true. No one ever said that. I mean, I don't think the revolution, when it comes, will necessarily be as bloody as people think it is. Maybe I'm just dreaming.
No, I think it's gonna be French Revolution all over again. It's gonna. I think that we've let pressure build up for too long, and I would very much like to avert that, but I'm terrified.
Okay.
This is why I'm looking for places to live that you could get across to Canada if things become violently unsafe. Because, like, yeah.
I was mostly thinking in the UK, but
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, maybe the UK will be better, but
maybe.
I mean, like, this, like...
We don't have guns for a start. That helps.
Yeah.
Hang on. It will probably vary depending on where you are. Yeah, probably.
Kindle SMC says the French Revolution was the most peaceful revolution in history. I understand that there have been very many bloodier revolutions, but I still don't think it will... I don't think things are on track for bloodless revolution either.
Oh dear. That's why people come to us for our political content.
I know, right? We're such optimists.
Yeah.
We're very reassuring people, Cleo.
I am very reassuring.
Yes. I feel reassured already.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to head to the border. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I was not expecting to still be in the country, honestly. Like,
Sorry?
I was not expecting to still be in the country, because, like, my ex-wife and I both planned to leave the United States as soon as she finished her PhD. And,
yeah.
so now this custody thing has locked us both here. So it's like,
Yep. That sucks.
Yeah. This is one of the reasons I also don't have any viable long-term plans, because I was just like, oh, we'll make plans when we figure out where we're moving. And it's like, so there was always that, like, okay, it's too early to plan long-term.
Yeah.
Now it's like, well, now we're not moving.
And now it's too late.
I should figure out some long-term plans.
Yeah.
Aaron from Mimo says, I've got good feelings about my neighbors in Minnesota. Recommend Duluth in particular. Well, the thing is, in order to avoid custody headaches, I have to move closer to where my daughter's mother lives rather than further away. And since she lives in the northeast of the United States, if I move to the northeast of the United States, that saves me a ton of money in custody arguments and court battles and stuff. If I move further away...
How did she get to move that far?
Oh, well, because she didn't... she gave up responsibility. It basically, if she wanted to move that far away while maintaining, like, a 50-50 split, it wouldn't have happened. Right. But by saying that she would only have our daughter during summer break and holidays. Yeah.
I see. Mood.
Yeah. But yeah, if we wanted to maintain a 50-50 split, we would have both had to move to the same place.
Mm-hmm.
Which clearly didn't happen.
No.
Hey, Rex Verdi rolling in and tipping 51, who says 51 degrees of rotation for reasons. Okay, I don't know what those are, but we'll find out, I guess. Okay, so let's see. So 51. So 7. Okay, 7 and 4 is 11, and then we do 40, which would be... boy. I thought I should be better at this abacus by now. Okay, so 21... 31, 41, 51. That comes out to 74. Oh.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what the joke is, but we'll get there.
Anna. I mean, sometimes the joke is the donation.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But either way, thank you very much, Rex, for supporting the... Oh, it might have been because it was Rex's 51st birthday.
Ah,
But I don't know that.
But it feels true.
Yeah, it feels plausible. So happy birthday again, Rex. I know I said that on Twitter earlier. But... Okay. Or it might be that Rex is playing 51 games on the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
I don't know. It's got Hanafuda in it, which is pretty fun. At this point, I'm just designing things that I think would look cool, but I'm realizing they don't really have a space metaphor, and I probably should stop and go back to metaphors. But at the same time, that's like figuring out how to reconcile the two is a good exercise for later.
Probably.
So,
yes.
And wow, the difference between the straight edge lines and the non-straight edge lines is super obvious. I'm terrible at freehanding straight lines.
Denouement has resubscribed for 17 months. Thanks to both you and Joe for all the streams, videos, and entertainment. Appreciate you both. Oh, that's nice. Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys as well, because we definitely couldn't do this without you.
Rex confirms it is just his age.
Well, that's less sinister.
It could be something else, too, like the number of dolphins he has rescued. Or something. I don't know.
It could be. It could be.
I have
questions about you, Joe.
I don't know if they have dolphins in New Jersey. I'm guessing not very many, though.
Probably
not.
If
at all. If at all.
All right.
That's too big.
Don't forget the month name. For what?
For the month it is.
For this. I think I can tell it being the November being the first time I've got this.
Okay, so
I think I can tell.
Actually work.
And it's also in the November category.
So that can then come up off Flipper there. 51 deer he has swerved to avoid. Yay, lifesaver.
That's what we enjoy. We enjoy people saving lives.
Yeah. Also, if you have a fake Unicode checkmark in your YouTube name, I'm just gonna ban you. Don't put fake. I mean, I guess it's a real checkmark, but putting a checkmark in your name has implications that I'm gonna get 800 comments from people going like, "Oh, how did you get a checkmark?" And it's like, no, they're just being obnoxious, and I don't have time for it. So that's
I don't have time for anything.
I don't have time for it. I'm going to leave. Oh yeah, I should mention, having gotten that tip from Rex, that tips are indeed welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat. We're going to keep rotating the camera 1 degree angular for every tip that rolls in. I am currently messing around here with kind of an idea I had for a interesting way, or what I thought would be an interesting way to do the shooter lane, kind of loosely based off skateball. So I've taken some things from skateball and other things just making up as I go.
Skateball.
Yeah.
It's one of the things you're making up as you go, the name of skateball.
No, skateball is an actual pinball machine.
Okay.
It's got people skating on skateboards, but it also has a bunch of ocean imagery. Do you want me to post the URL of the artwork?
Yeah.
In your chat. It also has a bunch of ocean imagery that heavily implies that they're surfing on skateboards, because they're like wearing swimsuits and there's waves and palm trees. But
are those colours that vivid, or is the camera flat? No, the colours are like that. Well, that's an image.
Have a good day, Lakshmi 13. Okay.
Some pastel highlighters. Yeah. Yeah, they're pastel highlighters.
So when I
because
look
I
back...
can't stand.
Sorry. I'm like, my brain is all over the place.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's fine, Joe. We get you.
Okay. So when I was looking at concepts from the actual, like, sets of, from the actual space telescopes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure that any of these actually necessarily work with what I was designing in terms of the shooter lane, which is bad.
Hey, Grim. Yeah. They're called mild liners. These are called swing cool, it says on there. If you want to buy my highlighters or lowlighters or whatever they are. I use them because I'm going to be highlighting stuff on my budget planners. So, you know, I would be using them anyway. And they're pretty.
This one doesn't have a ruler on the side.
Grim. Manners.
So, like, I think this was Kepler that has these 6 panels here. There's a few ways I could incorporate that.
It's okay. I know you, it's fine. I know you didn't do it on purpose. Just reminding you. All right.
No, you can't actually skate on surfboards. It would not work.
It would not work out well for you. I mean...
They're not, like, wide enough or long enough or thick enough to be buoyant. They're not buoyant enough. Yeah.
The Zombie Cleo line of craft supplies. Like, there's far too much. I would have to buy in too much stock to sell stuff.
Yeah.
It's not doable. But yeah. Are you seriously searching for the... Okay.
Am I searching?
I wasn't actually expect that to be a serious thing that you were searching for, but sure.
What?
The highlighters I'm using.
Oh.
People are actually searching for them.
Yeah, good job, people.
It's fine.
Okay. I'm trying to think of a pinball machine that has like 6 drop targets in a line. And
I don't know what a drop target is, and I don't want to. So, yay.
That's fine.
Because then you'd have to explain it to me, and I'd go, I still don't understand. And then I'd pretend. At least an Amazon partnership and a list.
Those are a huge nightmare.
Oh, I can imagine.
Those so Amazon has like this thing where it's like you can do these referral links and you theoretically get a cut of the sale, but they keep changing the rules for the contexts in which you're allowed to post the referral links. So let's say I did a blog post in my newsletter with a referral link right now.
Yeah.
And then 5 years later, they changed their policy about referral links so that they require certain text be next to them. Then their robot scans all the pages with incoming referral links and says, hey, your blog post from 5 years ago, you didn't update the text to reflect this. That got John Gruber, the Daring Fireball guy, pretty bad.
What happens? What do they do?
Screwed up his Amazon account and like canceled his monetization and a bunch of other stuff, I think.
Oof.
So
that sounds like a problem.
Yeah, it's one of those things that like if that's your whole job to do, like the people that ran the Wirecutter review website, they made 90% of their money off those Amazon links, right? If it's your whole job to manage Amazon links, you can do it and you can make money off it. But like if you do something like what we do, well, what if your Amazon account's linked to your Twitch account, right?
Yeah.
And Amazon's like, well, you violated our terms of service for these things, so we shut down your account for, a month or whatever, or forever. Like,
thanks, Grim. I'll see you later, darling.
You don't want to deal with that. It's not great.
No, I really don't want to deal with that. I mean, considering it's on a stream, it's a thing that I could do and monitor pretty easily, but I've got a lot of hassle.
Well, but I'm not even sure if you're allowed to use a referral link in the context of a stream without like a bunch of other boilerplate text every time it'd be one of the yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen people with referral links on Twitch.
Yeah, I just don't know what all the overhead is exactly, though. I don't know. Other people are way more willing to gamble on stuff like that because they have like people they can call if something goes wrong. So like if you've got like a partner agent or whatever, I don't know what you call that.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just the honest answer.
That's okay. I am sorry. I am just...
You're on one today. It's fine.
I'm worried about too many things.
Yeah. That's allowed. You're allowed to be worried. The neon highlighters hurt your eyes. Yeah, no, I just don't like... I don't like bright colours. You know? I like muted tones if I'm going to be working with stuff. So...
I do like that tape noise. That's really nice.
I was just thinking that myself.
It's very soothing. Good. I'm over here stressing out. I'm like, I can't find a pinball machine that does... like, the thing is, I want the thing I'm designing to have certain unique features, but I'm also like, is this a bad idea and that's why no one's done it? Or am I just like, no one's done it because this one super iconic machine did it and everybody else who copied it would be like slammed for copying the super iconic machine? So I'm like trying to like double check to make sure that there's no famous pinball machines that have 6 drop targets in a row like this, because Skateball has 5 and Joker Poker has 5. Oh, what's this one? Hot Shot. Wow. Yeah, this is a very different concept than what I had though, so I think I'm still okay.
Yeah. I don't know what my categories are. Okay. this doesn't work on these tapes. That's a problem. These tapes you're supposed to be able to write on them, but you can't. Oh, no. And that annoys me because I specifically bought them so you could write on. You're all about the harsh, dark emo tones. But anything textual stays monochrome or goes pastel. It's like a lot of people, they like in my bedroom the color is like this really dark purple. And I didn't choose that color, and I'm just like, I need to get rid of that color.
Oh,
so I'm debating what color I want to paint it.
Well, and that's one of those things too, like if you're planning on moving in a year, like is it even worth it at that point, or should you just make it like something so generic that you won't have to paint again when you move out? Like
I'd probably paint it white, to be honest.
Yeah.
No thinky topics in chat. Yeah, well, that's fair. Not sure that's quite how I would describe topics, but sure.
That's going to be a problem.
Thinky topics are kind of negatives. Sometimes we have thinky topics, and sometimes we're just like, I can't be doing any more of this, which is fine. Sometimes, you need to just chill. And I think we all need to just chill at times.
Everybody,
especially me.
Cool out.
Okay, Joe. I don't know what that was.
I don't know. I'm like tired. I'm
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. This is a terrible place to put this. Yeah, that's not gonna work at all.
Okay. Yeah, look up Dotted Journal if you want one of these. This specific brand is Otagami, and they're good, and they give you things like stencils and stickers and stuff as well. So and they're relatively cheap, which is why I bought them, and they're decent quality. So would recommend. There's an actual bullet journal website by the guy who invented the system. There is, yeah, but it's evolved beyond what he created them to do. So
he's no longer relevant, and we're done with him.
Well, it is a bit about relevancy, but it's also a case of if you're looking for like the art project style of bullet journal, like mine is, it's a different thing than what bullet journals actually started out to be, which was what his thing was. Gotcha. It's a nice place to start. You're not wrong. But just be aware if what you're after is what I do, it's a different thing. It's the evolution of rather than the beginning. And I don't use his method in my bullet journals at all either.
Okay, this thing is a terrible straight edge. It's a ruler, but it because of the gap from the stencil, it doesn't straight edge well. It keeps bending. would I freehand a circle when I've got a stencil with a circle? Oh my gosh. It wasn't even a circle. It was like just a blob. This is like, let me just freehand a wad of silly putty. Okay.
It's very you, Joe.
I know. A lot of dead space in this.
Went back and forth and landed on a hybrid method. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the whole point of bullet journaling is you do your own thing, really.
So we take that whole thing, angle it more. Target alpha had 10 drop targets at the top. It says Rex. Yeah, I see that hot shot, the pool one has like 7 on either side. The 1 through 7 ball, then the 9 through 15 ball, and then the 8 ball is like a saucer. But yeah, let me pull up target alpha. Thank you, Rex.
Use yours as a memory recorder in commonplace.
Yeah, the old Gottlieb
book.
games.
I was A friend of mine also does epic Bujo's, special case for it and all the stationery. I wish I had all the stationery I wanted for it. We're not commenting on the washi tape ever. No commenting.
Oh.
More useful version of crafts booking. Yeah, I think so. I could never really do craft books or like scrapbooking or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. It's pretty, but it doesn't really do anything for me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So no, that's not the one I wanted.
Okay, I'm posting the link to Target Alpha in my chats. The one Rex mentioned. Yeah, this thing has 10 drop targets at the top. It's a whole thing. This is a ludicrous quantity. Target Alpha, the flyer for it says, newer than tomorrow playboard and artwork will catch every eye. Wow. It's very pink and blue. It's got a lot of people running around with machine guns on it.
I see.
There are a lot of vivid color choices made in designing this game.
We tried scrapbooking after the wedding because of the materials people gave us. Haven't done it again, but some of the tools like the paper cutter have come in useful. Yeah, no, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Got to put in the stuff, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that off camera.
Yay.
Yay.
Progress.
Anyway, I think I'm about done here. How are you doing, Joe?
I'm still making progress, but if you are ready to call it, that's okay.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like I'm like, I don't know. This is the sort of thing I'm probably gonna. I'm just trying to get my brain going on this, this playfield design, and then I'm gonna come back to it. So like, it's not like this is some huge thing.
Okay. Well, I feel like we should break up into our own chats.
Alrighty.
And I will see you later, Joe.
Sounds good. Bye, Cleo.
Bye, Joe.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep working for a little bit while I try to figure out how this is gonna look here. I feel like I've kind of had a little bit of a breakthrough like just now with this, how this hexagon thing could work as the like progress display, and like basically putting the progress display in the center here would look good. Now the way we've got, so it goes 2 out on basically all sides. So 2 out that way, 2 out that way. Two out that way, 2 out that way, 2 out that way. Okay. So like, you could have the Kepler, or the James Webb Space Telescope, kind of big hexagonal thing here, right there, lighting up, showing progress. Wait, what is Cleo? Oh, Cleo's already ended her stream, it looks like. So we need to get rid of that because that's super distracting. Yeah. So at this point, we incorporate the Kepler solar panels and central locking mechanism with like a saucer or something here on that side. We've got this here. I haven't figured out what to do exactly with this top area, but like I said, I do like the idea of having the crossover kind of figure 8 option. And I kind of like the idea of having a spinner here. Spinner. Spinner there, and then maybe instead of having no saucer up here, maybe having a stop target, or like a relay basically right there, and then we lower that. So the idea is that if you shoot the ball, why don't I have a ball? So these balls are not going to be to scale with what we're working on here. And they also haven't been cleaned yet. They ship them with, like, some grease on them. But, okay. So, ball would start down here. Does that show up? The ball, of course, is way larger than... This is not to scale. But your ball starts down here in the shooter lane, plunges up, and the idea is that it goes... It's really hard to move this. Up, and if you plunge too hard, you hit this backstop that I just drew right here, which I'm realizing might not be visible at all, because good planning on my part. It's kind of visible. Let's move that paracord out of the way. That's not contributing anything at this point. So, if you plunge super hard, the ball hits that backstop and then falls down through these slots here, bounces around the pops, and then goes somewhere. Now, if you do a slightly softer plunge, the ball would go under that backstop target and so it would possibly roll around and hit the spinner. And so I like the idea that the spinner is the skill shot. So the faster you hit it, the more points you get from the skill shot. But the more likely you are to accidentally instead hit this backstop up here. And then, why is the camera... wait, has the camera been changing? Oh my gosh, this whole time the camera has been screwed up. I didn't even realize it. It's been refocusing. Because the computer got shut down. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to start the stream over with autofocus and auto exposure off. Let me see if I can fix the focus now. Apply. We also gotta change the white balance to not be auto as well. Apply. Sorry about that. Oh boy. We're 2 hours in and I didn't even realize that the autofocus was running. My bad. Okay. Okay, so let's fold this over itself. Yeah. So you could have... So yeah, so the idea is you want to plunge as hard as possible so that you come around and hit that spinner. And then the ball flies down here. That's your skill shot. We would have 6 drop targets along here decorated like the solar things on the solar panels on Kepler, as well as either a saucer or a scoop in the middle. I think a saucer would be the logical thing here. Now that I've actually got a full-size ball to work with, part of me is like, I want to be drafting this on paper that's full-size. But that would be gigantic. I don't have table space for that, but long-term goals, that'd be fun. Okay, so ball goes up and over, around, comes down. So our actual flippers would be down here. I'm just going to rough those in. Oh, and we can use this as a ball holder. Yay. Okay, so... Where are the flippers usually in relation to that? Okay. So we'd have a flipper, let's say, on that side of there. And one on that side of there. These are not properly aligned, clearly. That's on me. But core concept... we'd want to be able, from down here, to shoot the spinner, which is actually going to then back into that. And have a more of a softer curve here. Okay. So that's cool. And if you shoot the spinner, that is probably, that would hit here, unless we curved that in such a way that it went for that. But I was thinking that ideally you would want this to, if you shoot the spinner, you want the ball to bounce down into the pops, which we might need to move around. On the original skate ball, there were 3 drop targets here. We don't necessarily need to keep those. Yeah, there's also no rule that says you have to have 3 of these lanes in here. You could do a lot of different stuff. the big thing is, in order for missions to be meaningful, in order to have some sort of meaningful missions, you need to have enough stuff to shoot, right? So you might have like one mission where it's like hit the pops 15 times. So you gotta get up here, hit the pop bumpers. Easiest consistent way to hit the pop bumpers is to shoot the spinner, have them fall down through, and hit the pops. Because if you're shooting the pops from directly below there, you're gonna have what the kids like to call a bad time. In fact, for that reason, the original skateball actually has a stop in front of the pops at a slight angle to redirect the ball away from directly going down the drain. So, yeah. Let's see. So that's actually an interesting thing to note as well. Okay. So, how do they... Okay, so the way that they do that there on skateball is something like this. And then you get your drain trough here. And you've got... Bum, bum, bum. People are saying it definitely looks like a bunny. Mini Cheese Mouse says, I leave for a while and Cleo's okay. Cleo was done with what she was working on, and I'm still working on my stuff. So my stream hasn't ended. Like, Cleo offered to hang out while I finished up, but I was like, if you're tired, you know, like, I'm not gonna keep you. Also, like, a lot of the stuff I'm working on here is like, I don't feel like it's, Cleo would have to be watching my stream while I explain each of these items, which is then, like, restrictive for her. So, this is part of the reason I was kind of getting quiet toward the end of the stream, because I was, like, onto stuff where I was like, ooh, okay, this is very visually linked to what I'm doing. So, this has, like, kind of a natural fall over here. So that would be like that. Okay. So in order to do the post pass, you actually still need like a thing here. I really need some rounded rectangle things, because like these ovals are like okay placeholders, but they're misleading. Yeah, like that should actually be like more like that. Except, no, it would be further back. So it could fall down from there. I don't know. This is the bottom of the table is like the least important part of what we're doing here in a lot of ways. But I could add a target here. That would do something. Having a scoop or a saucer here would be interesting. The original skateball had like a whole flipper scoop or saucer up here, but I don't I think that's one of the things I would want to change the most. Like, because I'm not trying to just recreate Skateball. I realized, though, that one of the ideas I liked the most was in Skateball. So I'm trying to see, like, what does Skateball do to make that idea work? And then what do I need to do to make my ideas work without breaking Skateball's success? Specifically, I wanted to do the kind of figure eight plunge, where you plunge, it goes up here, and then comes back down to the flipper. And then try and... I'm thinking proportionally I haven't made this tall enough, technically. I think that's actually where part of the problem is here. Like, these flippers should actually be way lower. Which is okay. What I should probably be doing is working out scale versions of the components of this that I can drag around in Adobe Illustrator. Like, so I can rough out the core concepts here, but then I can tweak them in Illustrator easily enough. Yeah, I think that's actually what's going to make the most sense. Oh, I still haven't closed this other stream. I was like, why am I seeing people playing Ratchet and Clank? Okay. And this is where actually using proper CAD software to do the layout is going to start making sense too, I'm realizing. Okay. Okay. People are saying Stern uses Solidworks. Because part of the goal of this is also to learn some stuff. And I haven't worked with real software for a while. So let's see, how much does a SolidWorks license cost? And let's verify that that's actually what they use. Stern Pinball CAD software must include CAD. Not Canadian dollars, dang it. AutoCAD works great to develop flat DXF files for machining, but Stern uses SolidWorks for design. CNC cutting playfield is good to go. This is the way to go, but AutoCAD will generate the DXF file, but you need CAM software to generate tooling for the machine. Yeah, Corky says there's free open source software out there, but they aren't as user-friendly as AutoCAD. Mahi says, I will mention LibreCAD. So the thing is, on some level, I want to learn to use the one that they actually use in the industry, because there's a bunch of parts models that are designed for those. And I'm not sure if I'd be able to import. I'm not sure if there's a pipeline to import those into LibreCAD or whatever. The other thing is that on the off chance, this is stupid pie in the sky stuff, but like, on the off chance that I was able to make something good enough for a professional pinball company to do a run of it, it would be nice if my CAD files were already usable. You know what I mean? Chloe the Great and Powerful says, did someone say Canadian dollars? And tips 3. Woo! Thank you very much, Chloe the Great and Powerful. Let's go ahead and rotate the camera here to 77 degrees. Do. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat. The rails sit on top of... Yeah, because, like, I mean, I could always just design it in Adobe InDesign or Adobe Illustrator, and because I'm not likely to make a physical prototype at this point. I would love to, though. I would like, this is one of those, like, perfect is the opposite of good things. If I could afford to laser cut or CNC cut a playfield and actually, like, paint it and mount components on it, even if it wasn't fully playable, that would be so cool. But I don't think that's gonna be let's just, maybe we'll just use Adobe Illustrator at this point. Jill Jackson says do it. Well, that's the thing though, is like, I'm not there financially. Okay, let's just open up Adobe Illustrator real quick. Because that we actually do have the I'm already paying for the license for that. Oh good, updates are available. What is the update about? Adds a history panel, bullets and number formatting. Oh, I've been waiting for that for like 10 years. No, wait. Like since 2009. Oh my gosh, 13 years later they're improving bullets and number formatting. Finally. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going to install that for sure. So click update before we run it. Okay. It's a quick update. Okay, cool. Updating 8%. In the meantime, I mean, I'm going to have to figure out a bunch of other stuff. But, like, the rough measurements I've been doing on things here, like to get these, like, to like, get the Fathom set up. Oh, I'm looking at it. Fathom does have 6 drop targets in a row. It doesn't have 7 drop targets in a row. But, like, this Fathom from reference, which is, I'm realizing now, sideways. Like, stuff like this, I already did a lot of measurements on just to get that. Fathom from memory and Fathom from reference. Very different. Hey, Mr. Hardluck. Joker Poker from memory. Joker Poker from reference. Like, where I instinctively think things should be angled and how they're actually angled, very different. So, Beatles from memory. But yeah. So this one here, this is just me doing kind of a rough concept of the layout. Figuring out what works and what doesn't. Okay. Open Adobe Illustrator. Okay. So we're going to do new file. Let's just do letter. Pixels. Boy. When I was doing the math on these playfields, what did these come out to? It was like... Oh, gosh. I wish I had measured this stuff more clearly. Okay, so these were something like 1, 2... Wait, I've got a ruler here. I can just use the ruler. These were like 7 centimeters by 18.5 centimeters. Okay, so let's say that we're going to do this 700 pixels wide by 1850 tall for our playfield. Create. That is that right? That looks way too. Oh, that was 1350. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to fix that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up a Navigator window. Going to set up a Navigator window so I can actually properly share this with y'all. Window Navigator. Okay. Let's see, what can I do to fix this? Make it better. Oh, does it help if that's actually like how I do that? Yeah, it does. Okay. Okay, well, I can't entirely figure out how to do this perfectly. It keeps adding space at the top no matter what I do. It's the weirdest thing. Okay. Well, thanks, the computer. I appreciate that, let me tell you. So what if I expand it like this? Does that help at all? No, that does. We're learning a lot about how Adobe Illustrator doesn't work well on stream. I'll tell you that. Okay. So, okay, I think I've got it ready to the point where I can add this window in. So we're going to say window capture Illustrator null. Is that it? No, wrong one. Let's try this one. That might be it. That might be the wrong one. Illustrator has a lot of different windows. So that's the whole piece right there, which is not what I wanted to share. Does this have a crop filter on it? It does. That's what the problem was. So now we've got this working. Okay. Hey, Miss Canuck Tips 5, who says, your trading card game cards look awesome. Beef did a great job. Can't wait to see your moves. Thank you so much, Miss Canuck, for the 5. Let's go ahead and get that on the board here. And also rotate the camera. So here we go. We're going to jump up to 82% Joe Pasty. Do. Alrighty. Thank you very much, Miss Canuck. I'm over here sideways now. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay, so we have managed to create a properly sized file. We have figured out how to capture this in Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator or whatever. So what I think I need for one thing is I need to know how big a drop target is. So let's go ahead here and make just a rectangle. And we're going to, whoops. We made a rectangle, and we're going to figure out the exact size of a drop target. Pinball machine drop. This is the sort of thing I should probably just go measure on them. Wait, oh, I didn't buy any drop targets because they were too expensive. I was going to say, I have the stand-up targets right here, but these are distinct from drop targets. They're probably about the same width, though. Okay. So... pinballlife.com. Let's see, drop target. Let's see if we can get a 3 drop target bank assembly here. 3 bank drop target assembly with frosted drop targets. Well, we don't need frosted drop targets, but that is cool. They'll be the right width, is the important thing. It doesn't say how wide that is. Back. Bum, bum, bum. The Hobbit has a 5 bank of drop targets. That's cool. So basically we need 2 3 banks of drop targets is the idea, with the saucer in the middle. But I need to know how wide a drop target is. 1 bank drop target assembly. Doesn't say. Oh, wait. That's the drop target hole reference for, like, mounting it. If I look at this, is this as wide as... It seems like it's about as wide as that. It's hard to tell. Boy. So that's roughly 1 inch. That can't be right. top width is 3/8 of an inch. Drop targets are equal to the of a width equal to a pinball diameter or greater. Drop target assemblies. Okay. So, okay, let's do some math. Drop targets. Okay, so 2.54 times 2.38. 6 blocks. Wow. Okay. So depending on the angle, they might be 5 blocks or something. And their depth from front to back is 3/8 of an inch, it looks like. So 3/8 of an inch to centimeter. 1.95 centimeters. .26 blocks. Okay. So let's just worry about getting the proportions of these correct in and of themselves, I guess, first. Transform. Okay, so this rectangle, we're going to go ahead and make it 0.95 centimeters wide. No, actually 95 pixels wide. No, 9.5 pixels wide. Yeah, I'm realizing that's going to be a terrible idea. Wait, oh, I'm screwing this up already because I'm tired. Okay. .254 wide, 95. Okay, so that looks right. That's the correct proportions. Wait, no, that's wrong because it automatically updated that. Okay, so there's one drop target. Whoops. Okay, so the thing is that this is obviously too big for the scale of the artboard. How do I change the artboard size? Maybe oh, yeah, let's multiply that by 10. Okay, so this looks right. That looks like about the size the drop target should be in relation to the game. So we're gonna add this as a symbol. New library. I call this drop target. And call it a graphic. We don't want 9 slice scaling on it. Okay. So now if I wanted to create a bank of these, let's say I want to create a bank of 6 of these with 2 of them separated. Okay, so we're going to use align, horizontal distribute space. Okay. Okay. So if we're kind of going for that Kepler look, we could have these in a line like that with a saucer back here. Now, what's the actual dimensions on the saucer? AKA kick out hole. Base plate saucer for eject hole kick out. Boom, 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 boom. So 30 to 27. So that's about 3 centimeters. So that would be transform. Would actually be, if we're doing that, each centimeter is. Oh yeah, we actually want that to be round here. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, the base of the flipper is a 15 millimeter circle down to a 5 millimeter diameter circle at the tip. Okay, so let's construct that. Okay, so 15 millimeter is going to be 1.5 centimeters, so that's 15. Whoops. Oh, wait. It might be 150 by 150. Yeah, down to 50. Overall length is 71 millimeters, so the distance between the centers of the circle should be 61 millimeters. We can construct that real quick. Okay. And transform that to be okay. So we want that to go the center of that circle is going to go on the end of the line. The center of that circle is going to go on the end of that line. And then we just create new lines to connect these. Okay. Hey, look at that. Well, y'all can't really see it very well at the scale it's at because we're trying to do this stuff properly to scale. But this is a really good approximation of a pinball flipper. Wow, and I'm realizing my cropping thing here is not working at all. Thanks, Adobe. Sorry, everybody. I will try to fix this imminently. But yeah, that's a hand constructed from measurements pinball flipper, which is pretty happy with it. Okay, so we're gonna write that down. So 1.5 cm, 0.5 cm. Midpoint to midpoint 61 or 6.5 or no 6.1 cm. Midpoint to midpoint. So in Minecraft, if we were going to recreate this flipper in Minecraft, 1.5 centimeters times 2.38 equals 3.5. So the rounded end of the flipper would have to be closer to 4 blocks, I guess. And then the half block would be the half centimeter would be 1 block. So let's start, hold on. So 4 block diameter circle in Minecraft is going to be like a plus, right? Just doing a terrible job of shading this in, but 4 block circle. Right. Okay. And then 6.1 times 2.38 equals 14.5. So we're going to subtract 2 here. So that's 12 blocks that we need to go that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That seems like a lot. Seems like a lot. 6.1 centimeters times 2.38. Yeah, I guess that's right, though. And then, so we'd have our final block like down here, maybe. Because that's the other thing, is this going to be diagonally offset. So then we need to draw from basically there to there. Okay, that's actually going to be how that is probably going to end up looking. So it's going to start off with like extra block here, then blocks here and here and here, and then cutting down to here, probably through there, and then yeah, the machine is huge. Yeah. So, like, once we start figuring out where the flippers and stuff need to go, we're going to have to start marking all that on the play field. We're gonna do a lot of marking things with leaves and whatnot before we really build the components out. Okay. So, let's go back to Adobe Illustrator. Whoops. So, we're going to get rid of this one for right now because that was just a bad copy. So this construct we're going to copy down here. Then we're going to take this version of it and we're going to just expand fill and stroke, and then we're going to window. What's that thing for like making stuff? Pathfinder, yeah. Expand compound shapes, yes. Okay, so we now have 2 flippers down here. We need to put in our rails on the side of the machine. The black wooden playfield rails are 1 1/8 inch tall, 1/2 inch wide. So let's go back here. 1/2 inch to 1.27 centimeters. So that's 127 for our rails. Oh, I forgot to add the flipper to the category. But well, we'll come back to that. 127. Okay. So we can add these rails. Oops, I only really want to make them longer. There we go. This is stupid. I should have just done that in the transform window, but it's fine. We're fine. We're moving this one over here. Moving this one over here. This one will be down here. Much shorter though. Okay. Playfield rail on the inside. Shooter lane is 1 3/8 inches. 1 plus 3/8 inches is 3.42. Yep, okay, cool. My 8 is a good number, so that's 349 wide for the shooter lane. So let's establish that real quick. Transform 349 wide. Oops, okay. goes that wide. There. Transform. We can align this to the bottom here and tell it to only be 300 tall. Let's say, no, 1200 tall. That did not align it to the bottom. What the heck? Oh, that was not the, why didn't that put the... it's fine. Okay. Welcome, Fion 19 A18. Glad you could join us. Okay, so we're gonna move these flippers closer to there for right now. Now, I don't have... I'm going to add the flipper path to the symbol library for later. We're going to need that. We're gonna need drop targets. We're going to need saucer. So I'm going to add that to the symbol library. Then if I swap out one of them, they'll all look different if I tweak it, regardless of where I put them, right? So, part of me wants to just come in now and just say, like, okay, we're going to throw in our drain here. Not our drain, our metal apron. Okay. This is not an exact metal apron. The other ones, everything else I've been doing so far, I've been really kind of trying to get right. This is just a rough estimate on the size. Ashley Baker says, Joe, I had you in the background while I'm over here painting. You were quiet for so long, I forgot you were there. I freaked out when you started talking again. Thanks. I did it. But, like, yeah. Okay. Flipper will be at 115 to 120 degrees. Okay, so that means we need it... Right now it's at 90. So we need to set its transform symbol registration point. Transform... Is there a way to set its registration point in symbol options? No, probably not. Oh, wait. I can just click here. And then rotate it. Oh. I didn't, though. Okay, now I want to rotate it by... $25 degrees. That would be 115, right? Yeah. That looks right. Okay. Oops. There it is. Okay. And we can just align those to be close to each other. Okay. That's probably not accurate, but it's okay. Welcome, Red Panda. Glad you could join us. Okay. Let's see. I probably should start getting ready for lunch. Hey, we got a tip rolling in from Laura, though, for 6, who says, Spin Joe Wizard. So here we go. Let's go ahead and rotate me by another 6 degrees. That brings us up to 88. Do-do-do-do. And then we got another tip rolling in. Let's see who that's from. Richard says, hey, just a token of appreciation. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Richard. Who tips another 5. That's going to get us up to 93 degrees. Do-do-do-do. Okay. So, things that I definitely want to... Actually, this should technically be... it's fine. Okay. So, this is looking kind of viable. We're going to put the apron on its own layer. We're going to lock that. We're going to put the guardrails on their own layer. Or side rails on their own layer. Then we're going to lock that too. Okay. So now I can just grab the flippers or this thing. I'm going to group this Kepler thing. And can we rename that the Kepler? Cool. So then if I wanted to rotate the Kepler item or whatever, you know, we can just do that more easily. Because like on some level, it'd be cool to be like, well, maybe that's at the top, or maybe, but I do think that having it on the side here has a value. So, yeah. And I also like the idea of having that flipper there. This feels a lot more... This feels a lot more spacious than my drawing did. My drawing did not feel very spacious at all. Okay, so let's do a new layer for... so this is going to be called Components. Is the main layer we're on right now. Let's add another one for lights or insets. Table art. We're going to add a rough table art area here. And let's say I'm going to go to the polygon tool and I'm going to create a hexagon. And we're going to create several of these. So in order to make these fit down there, we're going to need 5 of them. that are kind of adjacent. And these don't have to be exactly right, because what I can do then is select these, select that one, and say distribute spacing with 0 spacing. Okay. So then the way that this works is I'll basically just take 4 of these and put them right there. And put 4 of them right there. Then I'll take 3 of them and put them right there. And again, right over on this side over here. And we can say we're going to make all of those yellow if we wanted. Like just a gentle yellow. Except for the center one, which is going to be transparent because we're doing the Kepler thing, right? And so that artwork could be like there or something. We probably want it centered above the flippers, wherever those are centered, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just going to make this into a group, and I'm going to call that group JWST mirror, or whatever it is. Welcome input. Glad you could join us. Okay. These flippers almost seem too small, but like when I look at actual pictures of machines, I'm pretty sure that's close to right. Boom, 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 boom. Excuse me. Diagrams. Ooh, hold on. I found a bunch of diagrams. None of them are spooky pinball diagrams, of course. So we're going to just roll with it. That's fine. Okay. Stern modern playfield. Oh, that's interesting. That there's like a pre-cut way to do that. Ball inlane guide, metal post, star post. It might make sense for me to get whatever the best open source CAD thing is to try and open some of these items. Wow, there's a lot of great stuff in here. That's going to be STL files, which I think is Solidworks. Yeah. Yeah, this is almost all Solidworks stuff. So let's real quick Google Solidworks and see what the pricing looks like on that. Let's continue with only necessary cookies. Mini Cheese Mouse says, so are there holes in the playfield the ball can fall through? Sometimes you would create like scoops and places that you lock the ball for, are you an early stage company? Yeah, kind of. Solidworks design and engineering. I think I just need all projects. I think I just need, where's Solidworks CAD? Whatever the people are actually using to make pinball machines, because that's clearly desktop 3D CAD. I think the reason I didn't end up getting this was because it doesn't work on Mac. It only works in Windows. Okay, they are not upfront about their pricing. Commercial, academia, students and makers. I think I need this. $3D experience for makers. Is that $99 a year? What is the limits to it though? Where's the comparison of the Maker's Edition versus the other one? Meant for personal projects and non-commercial use. Well, yeah, this is technically commercial use. Oh, it also is cloud only. You can't save files to your computer. Or you... Wow. It's like, great. So for $99 a year, you can get the terrible version of this. Great. Okay, so let's go back to... commercial. Get a quote. I don't want a quote. Tell me how much it costs. Entrepreneurs and startups. Year one. No cost for year one in the startup system. Then it's 70% off for year two, 50% off for year three. Sponsors early stage startups, does not accept service companies or consultants. No, I don't want to use a student. I'm not a student. I'm not going to cheat on this. So I probably need to just find a converter. So Aaron from Memo says Sketchup may be an option for you. Yeah, but I need to find something that can open Solidworks files. So what I'm thinking I need to do is find something that can convert Solidworks files to something else. Find a phone number for them. No, because then they're going to want my address and stuff that I don't want to read on stream. I'm not going to call them. Okay, this is just too expensive. So let's see. Can SketchUp... And also, how much is SketchUp these days for commercial use? Because Google sold SketchUp, and I'm thinking their commercial license is... It looks like there's ways to export SolidWorks models to SketchUp if you already have SolidWorks. Draft site might let you move stuff. You definitely need the pro version of SketchUp to open certain... Okay, so let's see what SketchUp Pro looks like. $300 a year. That's possible. What's the difference? Import model onto point cloud data. Real-time visualizations. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. So access to plugins for extending the functionality. So if there's a way to get those files into an open source CAD program, like at the point where I'm paying for anything, I want to pay for the one the real pinball machine people use. So I'd rather at this point find a way to convert the SolidWorks files into something completely open source. Yeah. So that's, I'm guessing. Yeah, because like a lot of these are SLD part files. So what open source CAD software opens SLD part files? Solid part is the extension. Thank you, Talia. I'm glad that you think this looks nice. Danny says, why is Fusion 360 not an option? Also, I don't know what we're doing. Does it cost money? Because like I said, at the point where I'm spending money, I kind of just want to try and get a SolidWorks license and use what the industry standard is. If at the point where I'm like cheaping out, I'd rather use an actual open source. Fusion 360 is free for personal use. Well, this isn't personal use. It's part of a... I make more than $10,000 a year on this. If I'm... It's free to use if you don't make more than $10,000 a year using CAD. Well, let's say that I'm using CAD to generate the footage for my YouTube videos. They could make a very strong argument that if I'm using this as part of my Minecraft series, I'm making more than $10,000 a year on it, and I don't want to screw with that. Fighting with CAD companies on legal stuff is a terrible business plan. They don't check. Yeah, I got told they don't charge you for your scholarship if you're disqualified for medical reasons, and then I ended up owing the Navy like $50,000, and it ruined my life for 10 years. So like one of those, even though it's against the rules, nobody really cared. Like that I've had my life wrecked by that sort of sentiment before, and I'm not gonna take that risk. You can open SDL part files in Acrobat 3D. Really? That, see, this is why we do this. Chloe the Great and Powerful coming in. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to open this 3-inch flipper bat, or I'm going to download this 3-inch flipper bat file. And I'm going to hit, okay, so I might need to install Adobe 3D. I'm not sure, or Acrobat 3D. 3D and AR. What do we got? Acrobat and PDF. Wait, what is Acrobat 3D? I don't see that in here. I see Acrobat DC and Acrobat Reader and Acrobat itself. It's an SLD part. Joel Jackson. Free for eligible startups that are less than 3 years old with 10 or fewer employees. I have to see if I'm an eligible startup, but technically what I'm doing, I've been generating revenue on this for a decade, so I'm not... Yeah, so that's the thing is, they don't check might work if you're not generating a ton of evidence, like, on stream publicly all the time. But yeah, violating a contract that has like thousands of dollars penalty on stream is a bad idea. So I can look into the Fusion 360 thing, but like I said, at the point where I'm not using the specific professional software that this stuff is designed for, at the point where I'm having to convert it or use other stuff anyway, like I might as well just use whatever the open source thing is. Won't VLC convert any file type into any other file type? VLC is for audio and video, not for 3D drafting stuff. Okay, so if I go to all apps here, let's see if Adobe Dimension can do it. That's technically 3D design, but maybe that's a different type of thing. Okay. Well, I'm installing Acrobat now, which is going way slower than I expected. Okay, so extracting. Yeah, I know I've got Acrobat Pro as part of my paid Adobe plan. I just don't have it installed. I'm installing it now. Okay. Still extracting. Okay, has Vintage Beef posted his video on Twitter so I can retweet it? No. Maybe. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so extracting is a pre-step to installing. Yeah, Beef's video is up, but I was gonna retweet him, and he hasn't tweeted about it, so I'm not gonna retweet him. I was just trying to find something that would take 15 seconds while this thing installs, but writing a new tweet is probably gonna take too long. I say, as I watch it go from 47 to 48. It, like, jumped up to 47 from 0, and then it's now crawling on 48. Installing ... Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna try open. Okay, more apps. Adobe Acrobat DC. Let's see. Let's see if I can actually open this Solidworks part in Adobe Acrobat, because that would be absolutely wild if I could. And did we crash Acrobat? Oh, we crashed Acrobat. Okay, let's try opening Acrobat first. File, open. Sure, you can be my default application for oh my gosh. No, go. Oh my god. I hate working with computers on stream. Okay, so we're gonna... What is this? I literally just downloaded this. Why is this not in... It's in my downloads. All files. Oh my gosh. Oh, I have to... Oh, Jesus. This is so stupid. Okay. We're going to try this again. File. Open. Flipper bat 3-inch. Flipper bat rubber, or flipper bat 3-inch solid part. It's not a supported file type or because the document has been damaged. Okay, so let's try this all 3D things. Convert solid parts to STL files. I don't care about why convert. Explain how to convert. Use Solidworks is the best suggestion. Just export it from Solidworks in a different format. Nope, that's not going to work. eDrawings is a Solidworks viewer that you can export, but it's Windows only. Okay, so that's an option at least. So does Solidworks still offer this, or did they only offer this when this thing was written? Okay, download. Ooh, there is a Mac version of this now. Well, that's cool. Okay, so we're going to try eDrawings Viewer, because I'm guessing eDrawings Professional is going to cost money. Select optional publishers to download. We want Solidworks, I think. Yeah. Sure, we're going to download that. Nope, I'm not a citizen of Cuba, Iran, Sudan, North Korea, Syria. I'm not designated national. Will not download things for those people. General terms. Intellectual property, customer data. Location of data processing. Additional terms for China. Okay, I can skip that part. Accept agreement and continue. Okay, so it's a 447 megabyte download, so give us a second on that. Okay. So, do I need another eDrawings installation is in progress. You must complete that installation before finishing this one. This is the only installation in progress. Watching bars go across the stream. Performance logging. Oh, you can't turn off their performance improvement program if you're not paying for the pro version. Thanks. I love that you're going to send information about what software I'm running. This is a stupid registration form. Jeez. This is so stupid. I'm deeply upset about this. This is way too much information to install. Oh, good. They've mailed me a verification code. Oh, that I don't have access to on this computer. So let's go ahead and open over here. Okay. Okay. Verification code. If this is case sensitive, I'm gonna scream. Okay, good. File. Opened. Downloads. Flipperbat 3-inch. Okay, Flipperbat 3-inch. Open. Solidworks Document Manager is not installed on your system. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's fine. We're going to install that, and hopefully it's not going to ask me to re-enter 800 pieces of information again. I'm realizing I shouldn't put my phone with the code on there. Finish. Okay, I have installed it now. Thank you. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Look. We're gonna add a new window capture window here for e-drawings. That's maybe the wrong one. Okay. We did it, Reddit. So, now the question. Okay, so let's go back. This is a no, can we actually export this? So if we hit save or options, where's the export? File, save as, STL file. Flipperbat 3-inch STL file. Binary or ASCII? I guess binary. Okay. Ooh, there's a measuring tool in here? Okay, that's actually kind of nice. So a lot of things I could actually just do in here in terms of, like, measuring reference parts. So that doesn't help me to lay out new things, but this is actually very interesting. Okay. So let's say that I wanted to open up a more complex part. There's a bunch of other parts here that are way more complicated than this. Let's say we want to open up a trough assembly. Or something. Let's see. What would... This is not in Acrobat. This is in e-drawings. So thank you, Jill Jackson. Kick out hole. Okay, so yeah, here's a kick out hole for, like, the saucer. So I need to actually extract that. And then... We double click this. Ooh, there we go. I'm gonna have to learn how to navigate in here, probably by holding Alt or Space or something. Oh, middle mouse. Middle mouse is how you. So like for like the saucer I was looking at putting in. That's how that goes. Is this showing up on the stream? I can't actually tell. No, it's doing the other tab. Fantastic. What the heck? Really? I have no idea what this is doing. Properties. Capture method. Bit. Windows 10. Well, I can see it. Okay. I'm at the point where it's time to go get lunch. I have been streaming for 3.5 hours, and I am super hungry, and we'll deal with this later. We have made progress, which I did not expect. We have made more progress than expected. So that is a small victory there. Let's go to twitch.tv/directory/following and see who we can send folks over to. Looks like Saucefire is playing Phoenix Wright. So why don't we go ahead and read Sauce, who runs the Mercy Road charity D&D games I've been able to play in before. When you get over there, our raid message is, howdy y'all, Joe Hills raid here. Alrighty, until next time y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do.